a machinist. To be honest, sister, it's not really for me.
As I understand it, this work is not particularly physically demanding, so you would be able to continue with it throughout your pregnancy.
If once the baby comes, I want to look after it, won't I? I won't be out working.
With a regular income, you'll be in a more secure position.
I'll get payments from assistants and that. I'll get by somehow.
Taking the opportunity, the nun brought up the 2 children Tina had abandoned. She believed Tina loved her children. But in this world, a good life always requires effort. They truly wanted to help her. Yet Tina simply lowered her head and asked her to leave. That night, the midwife came to deliver the medicine as usual, but heard Tina groaning in pain. She asked what was wrong. Tina acted as if nothing was happening and said the bed was just too hard. The midwife was deceived once again. After she left, Tina packed her belongings and quietly slipped out of the maternity home. At the same time, news arrived at the convent. Tina's 2 children were about to be adopted. If she objected, she could write a letter to appeal. Without hesitation, the nun hurried to tell her the news. But when she entered the room, the bed was empty. Everyone rushed to search for her. They finally found Tina collapsed by the back door. In the cold wind, she lay there all alone. If no one had found her, she might not have survived the night. Fortunately, she was rushed to the hospital in time. The test results were not good. It was not a normal pregnancy, but an ectopic pregnancy. The fertilized egg had implanted in the fallopian tube, which eventually ruptured and caused massive internal bleeding. The doctors had no choice but to remove one of her fallopian tubes to save her life. The nun stayed by her bedside, heartbroken. She knew Tina had a habit of lying, but when Tina first learned she was pregnant, the flicker of hope and longing in her eyes had been real. Perhaps she had believed this child could give her life a second chance. But now, the baby was gone, and her other 2 children would soon be adopted. Yet Tina let out a quiet sigh of relief. She knew she would never be a qualified mother.
Glad someone wants them. Maybe they'll have a decent life, because they wouldn't have had that with me.
The nun looked at her defeated expression, her heart aching, but she also understood that everyone has their own path to choose. She could not change Tina's life. All she could do was arrange counseling for her and prescribe contraceptives to prevent something like this from happening again. As for where Tina's future would lead, that would be up to her alone.